and welcome to Hawaii Pacific University Theater's production of Aloha Rosies. Just a reminder, please turn off all cell phones and pagers at this time. There will be one 15-minute intermission, and refreshments will be available for purchase on our lanai at that time. Also, at the end of intermission, our ushers will be handing out the program for Act 2. Again, thank you for coming. Please enjoy the world premiere of Aloha Rosies.
place. I'm John Hurley, and I've been helping Rosie operate this place for almost 35 years now. And I know some of you have been here before because I recognize a few familiar faces in the crowd. Well, we're glad to have you back. And for you first-timers, we think you'll find something very special about Rosie's. Our regulars sure do. They're the folks who are in here most every night, kind of a second home to a lot of them. But you don't have to be a regular to enjoy yourself at Rosie's, because we make everybody feel at home, even if you're just passing through. Now, tonight's a very special night, because you see in a few minutes we're going to be opening the doors to Rosie's for the very last time. Now, this has happened all kind of a sudden like, but it seems that a major, a major energy company discovered a sizable natural gas deposit running right under Rosie's, and they made us an offer we couldn't refuse. So Rosie's is closing, and tonight's our final party. Of course, we call every night here a party, and we've had lots of memorable ones. But tonight we're celebrating, and we're delighted that you all could be here to join us. Now, I do want to warn you about one thing. With this gang, anything can happen. You know, a few years ago, we had a reporter out from a Dallas newspaper to do a feature article on Rosie's, and a lot of the regulars decided to have some fun. You know, they came up with some of the darndest characters I've ever seen in my life. Now, I admit I had a part to play in the shenanigans, but what I didn't realize was that once you got them started, there was no stopping them. And I think a few of them got the acting bug, and you know how those people are. So tonight being our closing night, you can expect anything. Oh, by the way, those of you who have been here before might recall that Rosie and I finally decided to tie the knot. Well, we did that a couple of years ago. Now, I know I promised to invite you all to the wedding, but this is one event we decided we'd do quietly, so we eloped. Now, if you'll excuse me for a moment, my bride and I are going to have a little drink before we open the doors. Oh, step this way, my darling Rose, and let's enjoy the quiet before the storm.
Honey, I'm going to miss this place. It's sure been good to us.
Yeah, lots of good times. You know, we've got a lot to look forward to, don't we?
That we do. And as long as you're with me, I will always be content.
Oh, I'm not leaving you, honey. You can't get rid of me. You're stuck with me. And I'm delighted that you decided to make an honest man out of me. You finally popped the question.
What do you mean I popped the question? You were after me to marry you for years. I just finally accepted.
Oh, I hate to differ with you, my darling, but it was the other way around. I was just sitting here minding my own business. You realized you couldn't do it without me, and the rest is history.
All right. We sat there talking, the others had gone. Another great evening of laughter and song. Then out of nowhere, a treasure and still, you popped the question, and I said I will.
Oh, you faulty memory. Now, this is how it really happened. We sat there talking. Now, that much is true. The others had gone. It was just me and you. It came without warning. I still feel the thrill. You popped the question, and I said I will.
Memory fades. It's the first thing to go. You'll change your mind if you think back. I know. Just reminiscing, I still get a chill. You popped the question, and I said I will. You make my life a pleasure as we go together. Our love will last forever.
I know you Second.
So, Jenny, you have come full circle from waitress to country star back to waitress again. How's it feel, honey?
Well, I don't work for minimum wage anymore. Where do you get my bill?
Seems like old times having you back here.
It feels like old times, in a way.
I know. Not quite the same without Dan.
Oh, I guess not. No. But we're gonna have a blast tonight, right? No more sad thoughts for us.
You got it, kiddo.
May I get you a drink, ma'am?
Oh my God, Dan! What are you doing here?
I'm waiting tables. What else?
Yeah, I called him back in Oregon, told him we needed to hire him for the evening.
I thought you said you couldn't get here.
Well, you know how it is when Johnny turns on the charm. I swear he can sell a refrigerator to an Eskimo.
Mm-hmm. Now you know why I married him. Seriously, honey, what changed?
Well, you know, I gotten myself into a kind of a rut. And I've been micromanaging everything these past 6 months since Rachel died. So when Johnny called again to try to talk me into coming, I finally thought, why not? Besides, I had to be here with my mama on her closing.
That's right. You and I opened this place. Of course, he was in diapers back then.
I tried to find a pair that fits.
Can we open up before they break the doors down?
All right, honey, let's get this party started. We'll catch up later. Johnny, I don't know how you did it, but I am sure glad you did.
Well, you forget what a silver-tongued rascal I am. You know, I knew the evening wouldn't be the same without Dan, and for me, too.
So, Rancher, you still remember how to do this?
Well, how about you? You've been away from it just as long as I have.
Well, I guess it's kind of like riding a bike. You never really forget.
You do look mighty cute in them togs.
Well, thank you, kind sir. Compliments like that will get you everywhere.
Everywhere?
There's a honky-tonk Texas known as Rosie's Place. And if you come down here, we're sure to put a smile on your face. Leave your blues outside when you come in through Rosie's door. And I can guarantee that you'll be back for more. When the music starts at Rosie's, it's a special treat. And in a minute or two, you'll be clapping your hands and stomping your feet. We may get you up and have you sing a song or two, or you can just sit back and nurse along that groove. Actually, I'm sitting on cloud 9 right now. You may have noticed we got some extra help waiting tables. Jenny's back doing what she started doing here 15 years ago. I knew about that, of course, but I had the surprise of my life just a few minutes ago when this handsome young man in a waiter's uniform came up to me, and it turned out to be my very own darling son, Dan. All the way from his ranch in Oregon just to be part of the festivities tonight. All right, well, let's get things started. Jenny, for old time's sake, why don't you kick us off in the right direction?
But I'm working.
Honey, I will not dock your pay. Now, come on up here.
Well, hi, everybody. As you know, I'm waiting tables tonight, and I'm expecting big tips.
Big what?
She said tips.
That's right.
You tell them, Arlene.
Yeah.
You know, I wrote a song recently after a particularly long day. I think some of you can relate to this. You can. Just get home, kick off my shoes, I feed the cats, turn on the news, turn off the news, it's bothering me, I don't even know why I own a TV. Flop on the couch, open a beer, cat in my lap, another one near, tune out the world, forget about things, the next thing I know, the telephone rings. Hello, oh it's you, I am fine, nothing new, why did you phone? Leave me alone. You talk about you. I try to speak, what good does it do? Coolest friends will change your mood. They'll drive you mad, they'll make you rude. There's so many things I want to say. I want to tell you, go away. I only wish I had the nerve. A reality check is what you deserve. Hello, I'm counting sheep. My beer is gone, my cat's asleep. Why did you phone? Leave me alone. Why? Oh, why did you call me? Tell me why did you call me? I don't understand why you think I care. Anyone, anywhere. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Listen, pal, get a life. Find a husband, find a wife. Tell your shrink, breathe and chill. Get a dog, take a pill. What's that sound? You gotta call. I might survive after all. Please answer your beeping phone. That's my relief, so leave me alone. Hello, beautiful sound. You said I'll see you around. You hung up the phone. You left me alone.
About these stools, they're awful hard.
They're hard?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I got just the thing.
What's that?
A stool softener.
Greetings, everybody! Greetings!
Satan! How the hell are you?
It's as a nice touch, Charlie. Ah, I see my good friend Billy Sinfree is here.
Is this a social visit, or are you here to stir up trouble?
Oh, no, I'm just here to see my friends and to listen to a little good music. A little Beethoven, a little Beatles, a little Rolling the Stones. Bartender! A glass Manischewitz, if you please. So, Billy, what have you been up to lately?
Same old, still trying to keep folks on the straight and narrow?
Oi, that is a tough job. That is a very tough job.
Hey, Billy, have you wanted to be anything else but a preacher?
Sure, I think that everybody at some time or other thinks about what might have been if other choices had been made in their lives. I'm no different.
Like what, for instance?
I look back on my life without regret, content with who and what I am, and yet, would life have been so good to me, I'll never know. If other roads were taken long ago, I might have been a man of fame and means, who drinks champagne and rides in limousines, with entourage along to make his wishes so. If other roads were taken long ago, the shortest plan will sometimes go astray. The hand of fate will often choose our way. Are all our hopes and dreams a part of some grand scheme? Or are we masters of our destiny? I wonder. I could have been a soldier brave and true, with medals bright for deeds of daring do. A chef renowned, a thief, a clown, a movie star. No matter what was chosen, I'd go far. I might have built a boat and sailed away to sip fine wine in some exotic bay, a gypsy wandering with the ocean's ebb and flow. If other roads were taken long ago, but is it written on some sacred wall just who will win and who must take the fall? Do our plans mean anything? Are we puppets on a string? Or are we even meant to know these things? I wonder. My youthful plans have never come to be, all victims of life's harsh reality. But through it all I heard God's call and found my way. I know my calling's here, and here I'll stay. I know my calling's here, and here I'll stay.
How about you say, don't you ever get tired of being hated?
Are you kidding me? It grieves me deeply. But I got a job to do, and I do it to the best of my ability.
Ah, come on. You know you like your work.
No, that's not true, Billy. Listen, think about it this way. You say, come with me, I'll take you to heaven. I say, come with me, I'm going to put you in hell. Who's going to make the most friends?
What do you expect? You're evil incarnate.
That is not true, my dear friend in the white suit. No. I'm actually a very nice person with a very lousy job. Only the way I got that job has never been told, unfortunately.
Well, now here's your chance, Satan. tell us how you ended up running hell.
With pleasure. Only you gotta stop calling me Satan. My name is Nathan. You know how it goes? The birth of a Nathan. A long time ago when the earth was still brand new, I spent some time in heaven among the chosen few. I was learning how to play the harp in Angel 101 when a message from the boss arrived. He said I better come. Now things are far apart up there. They got a lot of room. That's why all angels have those wings, and they can really zoom. But I was on probation. My wings had not been won. To keep the boss from waiting, I really have to run. And then a pretty angel chick offered me a ride. So up upon her back I climbed. The boss's place I drive. I asked her what her name was. She said her name was Grace. I said, the boss is waiting. You'll really have to race, Grace. I said, we took off like a rocket, but took a turn too fast. And off her back I tumbled. I really was a gas. I had fallen from grace.
He's full of crap.
The boss man, he was waiting. He had a gorgeous place. And the first words that he uttered were, I heard you come from grace. But that's not why I summoned you. There's a problem down below. There's a lot of souls in limbo who have no place to go. When I opened heaven, I set the bar quite high. Not many souls can qualify for that Club Med in the sky. I'm opening a new place, an underworld Bastille. A place for rotten sinners run by a schlemiel. You, me. You'll never be an angel, of that we know quite well. But you could be the CEO of a place that we call hell.
He's full of crap.
We cannot call you Nathan. To me, that's very clear. We need a name that's nasty, a name that sinners fear. I think I'll call you Satan. It has an evil ring. I think it will strike terror in every human being. You won't have many friends down there. You've got a dirty job. But someone has got to deal with that low-down, useless mind. So I became a garbage man to harvest human trash. And though I never liked my job, I do it with panache. I got to work in hell now. It's hotter than Iraq. And all because I fell off. And Angel Grace is back. Eat your heart out, M&M. 50 cent, P. Diddley, whatever the hell your name is. What are you talking about?
I think he said yin and yang.
You got that right. You two are the perfect example of yin and yang.
What the hell has this guy been smoking?
What the hell are you? What the heck are you talking about, Charlie?
Well, for those of you who are unenlightened, yin and yang is an ancient Chinese concept that postulates that there are dependent opposites which must always be in balance. Ain't that right, Einstein?
Got it, Charlie.
Einstein?
Oh, he's our in-house genius. He memorized the entire Encyclopedia Britannica.
Charlie's right. According to feng shui, it's a duality that can't exist without both parts. In your case, it's the balance between good and evil. Literally translated, it means wind and water, and it's concerned with understanding the relationship between nature and ourselves so that we might live in harmony with our environment. There is a duality.
I a Mr. Yin or a Mr. Yang?
I'm not sure. I'm only up to page 2. It's deep, so I'm taking my time. My guess is you're a Yang.
My guess is you're a Miss Sugar.
Now hold on, Nathan. Charlie may have a point here. Think about it. We both have a job protecting our turfs.
For every bit of yang there is a little bit of yin. For every bit of goodness there's a little bit of sin. Things are seldom black or white, our lives are shades of gray. And when you choose the righteous path, it brightens up your day. Temptation is the tool of Satan, evil never rests. So be alert and thwart that rascal, stand up to his test. Following the golden rule will be your best defense. So do yourself a favor, never ever waver. Let the life of kindness be your quest.
I get it now. You are the guy. I gotta create balance between you goody two-shoes crapola and the rest of the world what you keep. For every bit of yang there is a little bit of yin. For every bit of goodness there's a little bit of sin. Corruption is my stock in trade. I'm good at what I do. I'll dangle bait in front of you to snare a soul or two. And when it comes to trickery, I know most every ploy. I can make a serial killer from a choir boy. When you think you're safe, I'll find a way to undermine. Stay away from Billy, that kind of stuff is silly. Keep on sinning, lead a life of joy. For every bit of goodness, there's a little bit of sin.
Even O.J. Simpson did some good things in his life.
But when I get him down below, I'll take away his knife.
Nathan, we've had some good times.
We have indeed, my dear friend. And I even like these people here. I think I'll come back for the second half.
Finally! Hey, everybody. I want you to meet one of my new boyfriends, Senor Dos Ejole. Your name is Dos?
Sí.
Doesn't Dos mean two in Spanish?
Sí.
Your parents named you too?
No.
What did they name you?
Juan. They named me Juan Ajole.
Well, how did it get changed to Dos then?
That is a very tragic tale, senor.
Well, if you don't mind talking about it, Senor Ajole, I'm sure everybody'd like to hear the story. Isn't that right, gang?
See, I will tell you then. I was once the greatest bullfighter to ever walk the sands of the arena. Killing bulls was so easy for me, I lost interest in it. I began fighting 2, 3 bulls at a time. I was so good, people stopped coming to see me fight. The outcome was never in doubt. But at the same time that I was dispatching Mexican bulls, there was a bull in Spain known as El Toro del Diablo.
I don't speak the Spanish.
The devil bull. Oh. Yours, maybe?
You got it, those tricks.
He was an evil monster who was killing Spanish matadors as fast as I was killing Mexican bulls. Eventually, no one would fight him. It was suicide. Then a newspaper reporter suggested a match between the greatest bullfighter of all time, moi, and the most dangerous bull that ever lived. Of course, I immediately agreed. I would kill the devil bull and become a legend. And the money was very good. The match was on, and the news had covered the front pages of all the papers. It was called the match of the century. It was to be held in Mexico. I will remember that day for the rest of my life. The stadium was filled to capacity. The roar of the crowd was deafening as I strode fearlessly into the arena. I stood there alone, and I heard the crowd moan as the bull was led out on the sand. He was one big sucker, and I felt myself pucker. His yellow was grand. The time had now come, and I wanted to run, but I'd fight to my very last breath. He pawed the ground, and I saw the sand fly. From his nostrils came smoke. There was hate in his eye. Would this be my end? And I thought, ay, ay, ay. Hey, one of us would die. Hearing of his fame as he charged like a train, and his horn nearly brushed by my chest. I started to boast that he hadn't come close, then looked down and was missing my bed. We fought through the day, neither one giving way, but I felt my strength ebbing fast. On his very next pass, I was gored in the thigh. A flip of his head must be high in the sky. I tried flapping my arms, but I couldn't fly. But still, it was worth a try. He began toying with me like a cat with a mouse. Mouse! See, mouse. The bull showed no class, hooked a horn in my ass, and again tossed me high in the air. I cannot pretend, I thought this is the end. At this point I no longer cared. I lay in the sand with a sword in my hand, rolled aside as the bull passed so near. I slashed with my blade, and I heard the crowd cheer. When I saw what I'd done, I lost all my fear. Now I'd had my revenge, and the end was clear. The bull had become austere. And you should have seen the look on the devil bull's face. Oh. Now one, but a second okole. A bull ripped a new one for me. The papers were crass. They made fun of my hat. Began telling me to stay holy. The match was a draw, but although I was gored, Diablo would not fight again. So fight fans would always remember me. I would henceforth be known as to stay holy. Oh, rose to my pride, you will all agree. That's how my name was James. You see.
boss.
Oh, welcome to Rosie's, those.
But my friend Millie tells me this is the last night just when I find this place.
Well, at least we got to meet you and listen to your fascinating tale. You know, our regulars have been sharing their stories with us over the years now. But although it's just for the rest of the evening, you've been initiated into the Rosie's Club. I hereby declare you a regular. Now, I've got a story to tell all of you.
Is this a true story, Johnny?
Well, it's as true as any of yours, Charlie.
Gotcha, Charlie.
Well, this story's about a gal named Lucy. And by golly, that woman could dance. Oh, Lucy was a dancer, and she had two fine sons. Billy played the fiddle, and Jimmy played the drums. They traveled around the countryside, rodeoed and fair. And people came from miles around whenever they were there. Now the doctor warned old Lucy, her heart was fading fast. And if she kept on dancing, he said she wouldn't last. But dancing was the only life Rosie ever knew. And she would keep on dancing until her life was through.
Dance, Lucy, dance. Dance, Lucy, dance. Dance, Lucy, dance. Round and round the floor, old Lucy whirled his feet to the sky. Round and round the floor, old Lucy danced. Was his addition to die? Did she know what fate had in store for her? Spin so fast that a life had run of her. Maybe so, we'll never know. It will remain a mystery.
Now every year in Nashville, they crowned the dancing queen. And to win that title had been old Lucy's dream. She realized the danger, but knew she had to try. She vowed she'd be the dancing queen, even if she died. Oh, Lucy earned a place that day in dancing history. And how her tired heart held out remains a mystery. But even as they crowned her queen, her eyes were growing dim. And through smiling lips she said, I knew that I could win.
Dance, Lucy, dance. Dance, Lucy, dance. Dance, Lucy, dance. Round and round the floor, old Lucy whirled his feet to the sky. Round and round the floor,
at each other again? It seems like you're always at each other's throats.
Yeah, well, we can't all be lucky enough to land a sweet lady like Rosie. I bet she never even said a cross word to you.
Never. And that's because I always bring out the best in her. Isn't that right, Melissa?
That's right, darling. That's right. You sure do. Of course, there were a few men I had problems with in the past, but I dealt with them.
Dealt with them? How?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Now, the first one that comes to mind is Walter. And when I think of Walter, I think of money. He was the richest man that I'd ever met. He owned some oil wells and a corporate jet. It was infatuation right from the start. He poured out his heart, said we'd never part. We flew to Europe, toured through Paris and Rome. The Riviera became our second home. Then off to St. Moritz to learn how to ski. And then the son of a bitch fooled round on me. But the last time I saw him, he was lying in a coffin, the victim of a hit and run, they say. There was really nothing to it. He was no match for my Buick. I have to have that fender fixed someday. Oh, and then there was Eddie. Now that was some hunk. He was so handsome, women swooned as he passed. And when he smiled, my heart began beating fast. Just like that. I was so blind. We went to Europe and Rome, swore our love neath the blanket of stars. I was so blind because I loved him, you see. You got it. And then the son of a bitch fooled round on me. But the last time I saw him, he was lying in a coffin. But you know him, the victim of a hit and run, they say. There was really nothing to it. He was no match for my Buick. I'll have to have that bumper fixed someday. Oh, and finally there was Elliot. Now, he was different from anybody else. That man could charm a bird right out of a tree. And I knew I had finally met a man I could trust. He was a man possessed of infinite charm, so dignified, his manner winsome and warm. I was beguiled, he swept me right off my feet with words oh so sweet, his victory complete. Honey, come here, this might be your daddy. Went to museums, sampled operas and such. I let him choose because I loved him so much. I was so sure our bond was strong as a tree. And then the son of a bitch flew around on me. Don't you be like that. But the last time I saw him, he was lying in a coffin, the victim of a hit and run, they say. Oops. There was really nothing to it. He was no match for a Buick. You got it. I'll have to have that grill replaced someday. There was really nothing to it. He was no match for my Buick. I'll have to have that fender fixed someday. Honey, I have upgraded to a Humvee.
Now you all see why I'm as meek as a mouse when I'm around her. And you ladies better keep your distance from me, too.
Hey, ladies, you don't have to keep your distance from me.
Oh, we know we don't have to stay away from you, Charlie. We just want to.
Well, how's it feel to be back, Dan?
Oh, I think this was just what I needed. You know, there's something about this place that seems to just put everything into perspective.
Well, you've been through a lot. It just takes time.
That I know.
How are the girls?
Well, they're away at college. It's been rough on them since their mom died. But they have each other. And they're both pretty resilient.
I remember when you married Rachel. They were about 10. Oh, lots of spunk, but good girls. You had a real nice little family going.
Well, they're very special to me. You know I'll always be there for them. It's what Rachel would have wanted.
How's it feel to be seeing Jenny again?
Confusing.
You think you two will get back together?
Please don't ask me anything, I won't reply. Of course you know I loved her once, I won't lie. So perfect, yes, the perfect love, but that was then. What's with all the questions? Don't ask me again. We were young and she had different dreams than mine. She took off on her way, well that was fine. The book was closed for good, and yet who could have known that we'd come home together, and yet we're alone. There she is, I wonder what she's thinking. Does she ever think of all we had?
Fame and glory shone down upon me. What happened next was something I couldn't foresee. It called to me that bigger life. How could I say no? I welcomed it with open arms and let him go. The world around us then had only him and me, singing our duets in harmony. I was his and he was mine, but I should have known. We're all individuals and no one can own.
There she is, I wonder what she's thinking. Does she ever think of all we had?
Somehow I always thought she'd follow me. We would be together eventually. Well, security is nothing, it's simply a word. I love you is the vaguest phrase that I've ever heard.
There she is, I wonder what she's thinking. Does she ever think of all we had?
Well, Charlie, what kind of bizarre tale do you got for us tonight?
Well, I'm glad you asked, John. You know, with Rosie's closing, I had to find a new meaning in my life. So I'm managing an act now.
What kind of an act? Do I really want to hear the answer to that?
It's a long story. No. Y'all know that my hobby is to scour little out-of-the-way places looking for interesting people and unsung heroes.
You be like Fletcher Phil Lawrence?
Exactly. Only this time I didn't find any heroes, but I did find 3 entertainers with such special talents that I decided to manage them, take them on tour.
But Charlie, you've never managed any talent before.
I do now, Sadie. Well, let me tell you how it happened. I stopped in this little backwater town in California and checked in at a local motel. When I asked the manager where I could get a meal with a little atmosphere, he said he knew just the place, with good food and an unusual atmosphere. It was called Mama's, and he said to be sure and try the chili beans because they were a specialty of the house. So I stopped by and said, "Help me, that place really reminded me of Rosie's." I mean, with folks all knowing one another and people getting up to sing songs. Anyway, these three dudes, Les, Chess, and Fess, go up on stage and do the darndest act I ever did see. But I'm going to need a little help up here, so Clem and Zeke and you two, Einstein, come on. Get on up here.
It's gonna be good.
You know what to do. I've seen a lot of acts before, but this one took the cake. And what I heard was so darn weird, I thought it must be fake. Now looking back on that show, it was my lucky day. I can tell you with my tongue in cheek, I was blown away when they went. Perfect 1, 2, 3. Then 3-part harmony. You should have heard the scream. And they said they owed it all to Mama's chili beans. I told them they should go on tour, but they just laughed at me. Don't underestimate yourself. You're not some passing fancy. You'll never get nowhere, my friend, unless you take a chance. We need a place that has no taste. Let's go to Paris, France. So off we went across the sea and booked in gay Paris. We called the group the Chili Beans, an act you've got to see. Despite the fact we were unknown, we opened to a crowd. I listened from the wings and knew the beans would make me proud when they went. A perfect 1, 2, 3. Then 3-part harmony. You should have heard the screams, and they said they owed it all to Mama's chili beans. The beans became a huge success. They wowed the crowds each night. The fans would mob them everywhere with hits of pure delight. An invitation soon arrived, the answer to a dream. The beans would go to England and perform before the Queen. We didn't know how we would do, we were so new to this. You couldn't judge us by the French, they even liked Jerry Lewis. We thought it such an honor to perform before the Queen. The beans would practice night and day to do a new routine, and they went. She was laughing so darn hard she almost split her sides. The whole darn court was broken up with mirth they couldn't hide. And when they finished their routine, much to their delight, she tapped them on their shoulders and she made each one a knight. From there we traveled far and wide and made a ton of cash. We were the toast of Europe, though some thought that we were crass. The Pope asked us if we would do a show for him in Rome, but we all missed the USA and flew back here to home. Now they go. A perfect 1, 2, 3. Then 3-part harmony. You should have heard the screams, and to think they owed it all to Mama's chili beans. Sing along! change.
Are you okay, Lou?
Oh, I'm fine, Johnny. I'm just feeling a little down. I guess we all are. Nobody wants Rosie's to close.
Well, I know, but it seems like a little more than that with you, am I right?
Well, in a way. I know a lot of these folks have been hanging out here at Rosie's for a lot longer than I have. But being able to sing here has just meant so much to me.
Well, it's been our privilege to hear your lovely voice.
Well, thank you.
Now, how about getting up and singing a song for us now?
Well, how can I refuse?
Well, you can't.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Who else is going to sing us a song?
Hi, everybody. I know tonight's a bittersweet night for all of us. I, for one, I just don't know what I'm going to do without Rosie's. You know, Rosie's has been the kind of place where we've been able to share together the sad as well as the happy. And I guess most of you know that I was born and raised in New Orleans, and being able to sing here these past couple months has really helped me to deal with the tragedy that happened to my beautiful city. So I wrote a song, and I'd like to share it with you. Water's rising, folks were dying, you could hear my sad heart crying for my New Orleans. That's where I learned the blues. Up on rooftops, pray the rain stops, see the world through pain and teardrops for my New Orleans. That's where I learned the blues. And I'm blue, blue as I can be. I'm so blue for my New Orleans. And I'm crying as I call out to you. New Orleans, you were the home of the blues. One thing's certain, poor folks hurting, those we need were all deserting from my New Orleans. That's where I learned the blues. Tired sisters, hungry brothers, pitching in to help each other. That's my New Orleans. That's where I learned the
Andrew Jackson fought the British there 200 years ago. With a ragtag group of soldiers, he prepared to meet the foe. Though outnumbered 2-1, they held their ground and turned the tide. It's the history of New Orleans. It's the town too tough to die.
In New Orleans, in New Orleans, where the spirit of America resides in history. In New Orleans, in New Orleans, we will once again be tested and stand tall in victory.
We must tame the mighty ocean. We must build those levees high. If the ocean knocks them down again, we'll build them to the sky. We must show the stuff we're made of. We can never break or cry. It's the spirit of New Orleans. It's the town too tough to die. In New Orleans, in New Orleans, where the spirit of America resides in history. In New Orleans, in New Orleans, we will once again be tested and stand tall in victory. We must never lose the spirit that has made our nation great. We must rally round the flag again, turn back the hand of fate, show the world the stuff we're made of, and restore our sense of pride. It's the spirit of New Orleans. It's the town too tough to die. In New Orleans, in New Orleans, where the spirit of America resides in history. In New Orleans, in New Orleans, we will once again be tested and stand tall in victory. In New Orleans, where the spirit of America resides in history. In New Orleans, we will once again be tested and stand tall in victory.
Our party has gone on long into the night, and nobody has wanted it to end. So before we close the doors for the last time, I wanted to make one final announcement. And it's going to ease the pain of the closing somewhat. At least Rosie and I hope so. All right, folks. I think you know what time it is. Yeah, it's time to close this place. All good things must come to an end. But, Rosie and I have a surprise for all of you. You know, we just couldn't let things end this way. Now, come on up here, my love. I'm going to let Rosie tell you all about it.
All right, now don't look so sad. You know, things have to end so that new things can begin. And boy, have we got a new beginning to tell you about. All right, now you all know that Jenny has been making frequent trips to Hawaii. She has just idle that motor for a minute here, honey. All right. And you know that Johnny and I took a trip to Hawaii also a couple months ago, but what you don't know is we met up with Jenny there to take a look at a piece of property that she wanted to buy with us. In other words, she wanted us to open a Rosie's Place out there in paradise, and that's exactly what we went and did. All right, but there's more. Now, are you ready? All right, now first of all, this is our home, it always will be, and we will be coming back here often. But, we came into a sizable chunk of cash a couple of months ago when we sold our acreage, and frankly, we've got more money than we know what to do with. How rich are we? Well, you heard the phone ring a couple minutes ago. That was Bill Gates hitting us up for a loan.
What, again?
All right, let me finish. Really, Johnny and I want to show our appreciation for the many wonderful years of friendship that we've shared, and frankly, we cannot even imagine opening up a Rosie's and having an opening night without you, so we are going to fly you all to Hawaii for the opening. Keep our choppers, there's more. Tonight and tonight only. Here's another offer for you. We're going to put you all up in a hotel for a whole week.
Okay. Well, although the night's coming to an end, the spirit of Rosie's is going to live on. We're bringing paradise to paradise. Now, we're going to get to hold of you folks later on and fill you in on all the details. But in the meantime, right now, we really must close these doors. All right, now, come on, help us out, folks.
Old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne, for all lang syne, my dear, for all lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for all lang syne.
All right, hit 'em up, move 'em out. Well, that's it, huh? We done did it.
Sure did. Guess our surprise helped to make it just a little easier
Yeah.
to share this closing night with them.
Kind of a bittersweet ending, seems to me, huh? But this gang has got a lot to excitement to look forward to.
They do.
And so do we.
Oh, I know, you're right. We do.
All right, let's go back to the house. We can clear this up in the morning.
I'm going to stay here for just a couple minutes. I just need a few minutes alone.
Okay, I remember Dan's back at the house, and I know you two have got a lot to talk about.
I won't be long.
Okay.